Everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today's look is going to be this really kind of burnt orange brown smoky eye with a wing liner, but the wing liner is kind of like that soft eyeshadow wing liner. And this is the palette I'm going to use today. This is the Fiery palette from Beauty Bay. This palette I think is under €10. I think this is like €8 or €9 for 16 colors. Beautiful burnt kind of colors, perfect for summer. I think these are really gonna be great colors for, to be honest, any time of year, but I think summer is the best time to wear these sort of colors. But if you want to see how I created this look, then please keep on watching. So to start this tutorial off, I'm going to be using the Plouise base in shade 2. It's literally the only thing I ever seem to be using on my eyes. And I'm just going to be buffing that all over my eyes with a concealer brush. So I'm using the Rebel Luna R08 brush, and I'm just patting that all over my lid. I've already kind of carved my brows, so I'm just placing the base on the rest of the eye. So I'm going to be using this bad boy here, and the first color I'm going to go into is this one here called Honey Roast. Very pretty color. So it's kind of like a warm transition color, and I love this kind of color. It is quite strong, so make sure you tap off the excess and then stick it on your eye. I have this on an Inglot 6SS brush, and I'm blending that quite freely into my crease. And then I'm going to join it back down to my lid, kind of like that. You can see, and I'm making sure the edges are really nice and soft. I want this to be like a hint of a color. You can kind of see it here. It's just so that every other color has something to blend into. So the second color I'm taking is this one here called Burnt Sienna, and I'm taking that on a 48SS from Inglot. It's one of those kind of like, it's not a round taper brush, it's just a little bit pinched, but it works great. So I'm gonna place that right into my crease, and I know this looks quite heavy, but I'm not using very many colors, so I'm gonna try to make this as simple as I can. And I'm basically following the same shape as I did before, so I'm going around into my crease like this, and then I'm also winging it out ever so slightly, just like that. If you feel like this looks like an unblended mess, because low-key it is, I'm gonna take the first color I use, and I'm just gonna go right over top of that, and I'm gonna blend it out, and it's gonna fix itself out. So there's absolutely no need to be panicking. So now I'm gonna take a dark brown called Chocolate Souffle, really pretty as well. Now I will be using black as well, which this palette doesn't come with a black, which annoys me a little bit because I love when a palette has a black, white, and a nude. Like those three colors have to be in every single palette. But I'm going to take that on a tiny little brush. This is R26 from Rebel Luna. Really fab brush. And I'm going to place this color slightly in my crease. Just enough to darken it. I'm barely touching my eye. I just want to create a hint of a color, okay? But then what I'm going to do is going to really take this color, pack it on the brush, and I'm going to press that on the outer corner and along the lash line, just like so, and create the wing liner with it, okay? But this is not going to be the full finished liner, but you can leave it at that if you don't want to use black. But I'm just really lightly just kind of feathering that out, like really light hand motions, as you can see. I'm kind of feathering my brush, and you can bring this as far as you want, but remember, the further you go, the thicker you're going to have to make that line, because it's just going to look long and skinny instead of in proportion. Okay, just gonna go back into that brown a slight little bit more, and I'm almost kind of like joining it up to that outer corner here. but I'm not going to be joining that up with the black. I just want the brown to join up. Just like that. Then I'm going to take a flat brush like so. This is just an Inglot S9 or 9S. Just a flat shader brush. You can use a more detailed kind of tiny brush. But I'm just going to press the black right along my lash line. And I'm going to flip this out ever so slightly. I feel like I've lost a little bit of the warmth in my crease. As you can see, I have a little bit more here. So I'm gonna go into the orange I used, and I'm gonna place that right back into my crease. Ever so slightly, very tip of my brush is touching my eye. So for my lid color, I'm gonna take this one here called New Penny. I'm gonna take that on a really tiny brush, because I want to try to get this as close as I can and as precise as I can. So I'm just going to be placing that in a half cut crease right across the eye, just like so. Then I'm going to take my tiny little brush and I'm going to be just ever so slightly blending out that line, just so it has a soft kind of diffused effect. So before I move on, I'm gonna fix my liner. Just gonna go over that. Now, if you want, you can use a liquid liner, but I think the good thing about this look is the liner looks kind of really smoky and really soft, so it's not too precise. You don't have to worry about it. You know, it's just really easy. Then for my inner corner highlight, I'm going to take this guy here called All That Glitters. Really nice color for the inner corner. And I'm just going to mush that right into the inner corner. And I will blend this in to the shimmer color we have on the lid, just so it doesn't just appear as like a little blob in the inner corner. I want it to blend into the rest of the eye. So for my concealer underneath, I'm using this Maybelline concealer. It's actually called Instant Anti-Age, but in America they call it the Age Rewind, and that's what I've been calling it. But I'm just putting well, that's actually way too much, but you kind of get the idea. I'm just putting that underneath my eyes as a primer, even though this is going to be way too much. I use concealer underneath my eyes instead of the Plouise base. I just find the base way too heavy, so I just put on the concealer, and then when I do the eyeshadow, I wipe away the excess concealer and then do my base. So I'm taking Honey Roast first, and this is kind of like a flat but fluffy brush. This is the Rebelluna R28, and I'm just blending that first color underneath, just like that. Then I'm going to take that burnt sienna color and I'm just going to blend that right underneath the eye. Not all the way to the inner corner. I'm just going to leave the highlighter do its job there. And I'm going to take a little bit of the dark brown just to join up that outer corner a little bit. And a little bit of black as well. So for lashes, I have these ones here. I got these off Amazon. It was €9 for 10 pairs of lashes. Really good deal. But I'm actually gonna cut these quite a lot because I want more so corner lashes as opposed to a full strip lash. And of course, don't forget mascara. So I'm just gonna place these more towards the outer corner. So like the inner third of my eye is completely free of lashes, and I feel like just lashes at the outer corner lift your eyes a little bit, because I find sometimes lashes are a little bit too heavy in the inner corner, or if you find that your lashes don't tend to stick at your inner corners, just cut a little bit extra at the outer corner and just ever so slightly move them out. It'll help prevent that. So just like that, and that is the finished look. I'll do my face off camera and I'll show you the finished product. So guys, this is the finished look. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe. If you have any questions, leave them down below, but I'll have all the products I used linked down below and the name of this palette and everything. So I will see you guys later. Bye.